Hey, what up, YouTube? This is your boy Robert Bob TV Brown with the real Rob Report. It's a shame I got to say that because a fellow progressive brother of ours has been using my name too. So, trying to figure this thing out. Should I just let him slide and change my name, go through, be the bigger man and change my name to appease to him? Because I do have the Bobby Brown show. I'm going to do a new show called Good News, where I'm going to report good news for a change instead of bad news. Um, and I just don't know what to do, because I've been doing the Raw Report for a while. But I don't want to battle and fight a fellow brother over my name, the Raw Report. But anyway, let's get into this. Again, this is the real Raw Report on the GO. Joe Biden says he will name selection committee for running mate by May 1st. Who in the blue hell cares? You name a VP selection committee. So you're not going to pick the person. You're going to get a committee of people that's going to advise you on who to pick. And they got pretty amount pick. He wants to pick Michelle Obama, which would make her the first black female vice president, black female vice president. And she would take over once he stepped down in 2024. Now, would Michelle Obama being on the ballot be a popular vote? It depends on who she's running against. Now, Michelle Obama is a popular figure, and people don't look at her the same way they look at Obama. She never made bad decisions. A lot of decisions Obama made, she probably never knew about those decisions. And she is very popular in a whole lot of arenas, and she has a very successful book, and she's making plenty of money on speaking tours. So my thing is, why would she run? Why would she go through another 4 to 8 years of hell that she went through with her husband? Why would she put her girls through that again? I don't understand. And will this get the progressive vote? Not highly. You would think, since she's a woman, since she's in touch with her feelings, she'll see how important healthcare it is. A mother knows a little bit different from fathers. Fathers are hard-nosed and mothers are a little more compassionate. But Hillary Clinton was a mother. So as a matter of fact, she was a mother. So that has anything to do with it. And then he talked about Amy Klobuchar, please. Now, me personally, I think one of the best bets that he's going to make is he's going to pick Elizabeth Warren as VP. Lord knows she's sucking every toe on Joe Biden's foot. I'm just going to stay with there to try to get this position of VP, kissing his behind, talking about how great he is. This guy is a bigot, racist, potential rapist, and a pathological liar. And you're talking about how good he is. Now, people, Joe Biden may assume, well, I'm not putting Bernie Sanders on the ticket, which is his best bet if he's going to get the progressives. And even Bernie Sanders on the ticket is a gamble because Bernie Sanders is older. These guys are going to be hitting their 80s soon. So who is, in my option, and my best pick, if he really want to get the progressive vote and secure the black vote even more, and even some Latino votes, he has to get the closest thing to Bernie Sanders he can get to win over the progressive vote. And they thinking it's going to be Elizabeth Warren. And Elizabeth Warren has already turned her back on the progressive movement. Elizabeth Warren already holding up capitalism as and shunning down socialism. Elizabeth Warren already backing off Medicare for all, lying through her teeth multiple times about her life and her family and things like that. Already calling Bernie Sanders a sexist just to score political points. Not stepping out of the game when it came to Super Tuesday, stayed in the game just to steal votes from Bernie Sanders so the Democratic Party can elevate Joe Biden, a strategic plan of Barack Obama. Just like it was a strategic plan of Barack Obama to stop Keith Perez, a strategic plan of Barack Obama to stop Kimberly Ellison in California. All this VP talk doesn't mean anything because if Bernie Sanders is not on that ticket, you're not gonna win. I don't care if you get Michelle Obama. Now Michelle Obama may get him a closer win because a lot of female progressives like Michelle. They don't fault Michelle for Obama's mess. But I fault Michelle because Michelle fought hard to get Hillary Clinton elected, a known warmonger lying son of a. Yet she's popular. Said presumptive Democrat nominee, and that's the key word, presumptive. He's not the official. He has not been crowned as the nominee yet. So anything can happen in between now and then. That's why it was dumb for Bernie Sanders to drop out the race. I mean, I wouldn't say drop out, suspend his race. Joe Biden said his campaign intended to name a committee of advisors tasked with narrowing down his vice presidential search by May 1st. The former vice president made the announcement Wednesday. Who cares? On the Late Late Show with James Corden, James Corden is one of the biggest celebrity entertainment Democratic suck-ups out there. He's probably top 5. After Biden asked when he would be unveiling his running mate, Biden said during his appearance that he expects his list of finalists like this, the freaking beauty pageant, to be down to just 2 or 3 names by July, just 1 month before the rescheduled Democratic National Convention. Biden has publicly pledged that his running mate will be a woman. Well, Bernie Sanders pledged that a long time ago. Whoop-de-doo. This identity politics is horrible. Picking a woman ain't going to make you a better president. Picking a woman ain't going to make you a bad president. What picking a woman for VP has anything to do with anything when her record could be horrible? You sit there and pick Kamala Harris, you're going to lose a lot of the black votes, and progressives are not going to sign on with you. And when you lose a certain percentage of the black vote over Kamala Harris, and then you lose the progressive vote, you're going to lose and we're going to get Trump. And it's not going to be the voters' fault. It's going to be your fault because of your freaking decisions. He said, with many advisors around pushing for a woman of color. And it doesn't mean a black woman. It could be a Latino woman. It could be an Arab woman. Who knows? That's why black people don't like to be lumped up in that color bracket. Because before anything, it was white, Native Americans, and blacks in this country. And thank God for immigration. It makes this country greater. But black people don't like to be lumped up in that color or that black and brown. No, keep us separate from everybody else. Because everybody else don't go through what we go through. We're not immigrants. Most of the black Americans, the foundational black American, the American descendants of slaves we didn't ask to come here. But let me keep going. Among the top names of his short list are Senator Kamala Harris. Lose. You're going to lose with that one. We discounted Kamala Harris long ago in the primaries, so why do you think freaking having her as VP is going to help you win the election? Progressives are not going to jump on that. And stop thinking progressives are Democrat. Most progressives are outside the party. And you think you cannot win an election with just your Democratic Party coalescing together, coming together in unity, vote blue no matter who, unify. That's your Democratic talk. And you can't even hold on to that because some Democrats are not slaves. They're free will, they're free-minded. Just because you think I'm in the party, don't you think I'm loyal to you. Yeah, you have to go outside the party and win the non-voters, the first-time voters, the young voters. You got to win some Republicans. You got to win a chunk of the independent party. You got to, that's where you win. That's the reason why George Bush beat Gore. It wasn't Al Gore. I mean, it wasn't Ralph Nader. It's because the Democrat was too lazy to go out there and reach the non-voters, the independents. And you're going to blame somebody else, talking about they stole your votes. No, you didn't work hard to get some more votes. He earned his votes. They wasn't your votes. You don't own no votes. So how you somebody going to steal something from you? You need to get your butt out there and earn more votes. And how you think you're going to earn more votes picking another Democrat that half the Democrats, well, at least 25% of Democrats shunned off at the freaking primaries where she had to drop out. That knows her record. knows her record of brutalizing and allowing the police and allowing authorities to brutalize and lock up black people just like you. So you're going to get a vice president who have the same record as you. And once Trump started touting how you and Kamala Harris brutalized black people, Trump can say, look, I can tell you this. I may have my opinions on certain black people. I may have my opinions on the Central Park Five. I may have said, what the hell you got to lose, black people? I may have said that's my African American there. But look at my records. What have I done to harm the black community? Nothing. Probably did a little discrimination as a real estate mogul. But I didn't pass legislation that allowed the police to beat you down, brutalize you, lock you up for anything under the sun, and use you for prison labor. He'll be able to beat them away, and black people will wake up and say, dang, he got a point there. And some dumb black people are going to say, well, I still got to get rid of you. I'll take these people who just brutalized and did heinous things to my people over you who didn't, which sounds dumb. You're going to have some people like that, loyal Democrats, that say, well, whatever, you know. Then you're going to have some people like me, like, look, I'm not voting on any bigot, racist, pathological liar who have a history of rape allegations. I'm not going to do it on the right. I'm not going to do it on the left. I'm not going to do it green, blue, or red. I just don't do it. I don't vote. I don't support. I don't endorse, and I don't enable, because that's exactly what you do when you allow this to happen. All right. Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, trying to win the Latino vote. That ain't going to happen, man, just because you pick a Latino for vice president. And that'll be a spit in the face to black people. Because we do want a female vice president, black vice president. But it ain't going to be Kamala Harris, somebody that did things wrong. Elizabeth Warren, which is probably his top choice, which is one of his smartest choice, thinking that he's going to win a lot of Bernie Sanders supporters, and he won't, because he got a misconception of Bernie Sanders supporters, or misconception. I won't even call myself a Bernie Sanders supporter no more. I'm a platform supporter. I'm a people's platform supporter. I have dubbed Bernie Sanders' platform as the People's Platform, or the People's Manifesto. The United States version of the People's Manifesto. That's what I dub Bernie Sanders. I don't attach Bernie Sanders to that. I attach any politician who take up that platform. We're going to talk about that later. I will support them. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, green, blue, whatever. If you support that platform, I'm supporting you. Wherever that platform go, I'm going, because I want that platform to be instituted. Now, you need to add on reparation for black people at the tune of at least $2 to $10 trillion, because you got the money. You can't say you don't have the money, because you just showed us you had the money. Doing whatever you can to close the wealth gap. I say include that. That way you can get more black people on board with this thing. But anyway, we'll talk about that a little later. Amy Klobuchar, bad decision. Definitely going to lose. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, bad decision. Definitely going to lose. New Mexico Governor Michelle LaWan Grisham. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance, bad decision. Yes, you're going to secure the black vote. It sounds great. It looked great. But progressives not going to. Getting the black vote. Securing the black vote in the Democratic Party gets you two things. Either you're going to barely win or barely lose. Why would you risk the gamble of barely? When you can get a black female that is attached to that platform, that's going to draw all the progressive, well, not all, majority of the progressive on the side of Nina Turner, which sets her up for 4 years of progressive policy. But of course, they're not going to do that, because it's anything but progressive policies. It ain't even got nothing to do with Bernie. The only reason they were stopping Bernie Sanders was that platform. We got to stop that platform. It wasn't Bernie. It was a platform. So therefore, they're not going to pick Nina Turner, who is primed to be a great leader, who can win a lot of the Democrats, a lot of Republicans, and definitely independents, who knows what she's doing, who knows how to get people elected on the down ballot, who have that experience as a leader, kind of like Barack Obama should have had when he had Obama for America. She has that same ability, but they're not going to pick her because she's too much a radical. So I can go on and on. Mayor Keisha Lance, Representative Val Demings of Florida, former Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, a lady who I'm sorry, but she was too weak of a politician to demand that that person step down from his job who controls the election. How are you going to run against somebody who controls the election and expect to win, and you don't even have the guts to call them out and tell them to step down? You think she'll make a good VP? No, don't get me wrong. She's a nice person in life. But you got to think about how bold you are as a legislator. All right. So it says some of those on this list have said outright that they would accept the position, including Abrams and Warren. Oh, Warren's sucking toes like I don't know what. While Whitmer said outright that she is focused on her work in Michigan, that's what they all say, and is not interested in a VP job. Yeah, right. But as soon as he tap her, she gonna tap back. It's also come as former Obama White House senior advisor Valerie Jarrett said Michelle would not consider being Biden's vice president interview with the Hill. She has no reason. But a lot of people think, well, if you get Michelle back in the White House with Joe Biden, Barack Obama going to be in the White House with Joe Biden. A lot of black people, we vote on preconceptive, idiotic thinking. Well, if we elect Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton be back in the White House. And you know how Bill Clinton was with us black folks back in the 90s. Oh, it was beautiful. Man, Bill Clinton ain't telling her what to do and advising her on Jack. She don't listen to him. She wear the pants in the relationship. So just because you think Michelle Obama will be in VP, of course, Barack Obama will have to be forced to leave his good lifestyle in their brand new $1 million mansion in Martha's Vineyard. He have to leave that lifestyle, that brand new penthouse in Chicago. They're going to leave that lifestyle to go back into the White House. Have you lost your ever-loving mind? Who wants to go back to Secret Service and fearing for your life? And still no guarantee that you're going to beat Trump. Progressive Dollar Representative Alexandria Cortez, who says she is absolutely supporting Biden, which is sad. This is why here in the Bronx, I am not voting for Alexandria Cortez. I voted for her to be the anticipus in the party against these corporatists like Joe Biden. And not let the fear of Trump block or cloud her firm stance as anti both of you son of a guns. Absolutely supporting. Now that Senator Bernie Sanders has dropped out. He did not drop out. He suspended his campaign. Let's get it right. Advised in an interview with Politico that a moderate nominee pick a progressive woman of color. Why? What is that? How is that going to make America stronger? How is that going to make better sound decisions? Maybe a motherly decision? I mean, you could do that with a white mother. If it's based on motherly instinct or woman instinct or women's intuition, just because you pick a woman doesn't mean that you're going to have a better presidency. Just like if you picked a black man, it doesn't mean your presidency going to be better ran with the black man there. Because that black man could be a sellout. That woman could be a sellout. You know how many sellout black people in the freaking on Capitol Hill on the right and the left? Why do you think we call the CBC the Congressional Black Caucus or the Coon Black Caucus? Because they're selling you out every freaking day. People like, what's his name down there in South Carolina? What's really important is not only just that a woman's identity in terms of gender and culture term, but who that woman is and her stance is. Now that's important. Not that woman, but who are you and what is your stance? What is your policy? What do you believe? The Democratic Socialist said Biden, who sparred with progressives throughout the Democratic primary, may not go in that direction. As far as back as last August, the former vice president has been quoted saying that he would want a running mate whose views were in alignment with his. And that's corporatism going back to the same old that got us Trump in the first place. That people got tired of it, sick of it. We're tired of electing you politicians when you put the corporate interests in these big complexes before the people. When you take our tax dollars and give it to the wealthy, including Democrats, and like they're doing right now with this next stimulus package, instead of giving it to the people. Here you got Donald Trump was thinking about 6 months of $2,000 a month versus a one-time $1,200 a month. thinking about doing a UBI, thinking about doing a temporary Medicare for all that. If it would have worked, it could have been permanently. And I'm not no fan of freaking neither one of these parties. And I'm not a fan of Trump, and I'm not a fan of most of these people in the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. But I am a fan of making right decisions. And those were right decisions. This man talked about suspending student debt. Now Joe Biden talking about doing it. Now he's talking about doing it. He was talking about suspending student debt, suspending mortgage payments, suspending rent, doing whatever he can so the people can keep more money while we go through this crisis. Yet at the same time, they can go ahead and help out both the people in corporate America. The Democrats didn't want him to have a win, so they killed that and gave us this first package, sold us all out. And I don't have to go through this whole thing because you can watch other people who talked about it. People like Jamal Thomas, Jimmy Dore, Tim Black, you name it, talked about how the Democrats sold us out when it came to this economic stimulus package for decades. One of the worst sellouts in all times, worse than when Bush came into office after 9/11 and the market dropped. That's what I want most, whomever I pick. They've got to be simpatical with what I stand for, with what I want to get done, he told Washington Post. Now, this is where Nina Turner will never get it, because she is the antithesis of Biden. The closest person that's going to be down the middle of the road where he figured that's going to pull some progressives, he's not going to get them all, but if I can get a certain chunk, if I can get 20, 25% is better than getting none at all. Elizabeth Warren, she's a corporatist. She's going to go with my flow. She's going to bend and break. She's going to submit. She's going to tap out. Elizabeth Warren, one of the weakest politicians, one of the most cowardice politicians in Washington, D.C. Just weak. She go where winds goes. Late Liz, opportunist Liz, just weak sauce. Pure weak sauce. And I put Bernie Sanders in that category too, but not like Elizabeth Warren. Because at the end of the day, Bernie Sanders is loyal to the Democratic Party, not the people. And I'm going to talk about that again. I did a series, did Bernie Sanders kill the political revolution about 3 years ago? You should take a look at that. Bernie Sanders is more loyal, more committed to the Democratic Party than he is to working people. And I know you people don't want to hear that, but the proof is in the action. If you were more concerned about working people, you wouldn't have dropped out that quick. You wouldn't have tapped out that quick. You wouldn't have caved in under pressure. You would have listened to your people more than your advisors. Because if the people say stay in, I'm doing what the people say. So if anything go wrong, you need to talk to the people. I submitted to the people who were supporting me, not my advisors and not these political hacks in the Democratic Party. But at the end of the day, Joe Biden is his friend. At the end of the day, he's part of the Democratic caucus. At the end of the day, he is a Democratic candidate. And at the end of the day, he was going to submit to the Democratic Party. He is not about a real revolution. A real revolution said, nah. Joe Biden has no excitement when it comes to the general election, which means the turnout is going to be low. The fear of Trump is not that great where it's going to drive people to come out, except in the black community, except the people who are succumb to fear. Because we as black people, we let people fearmonger us and we sit there and bite the bullet. So we'll come out, but that will get you, again, either barely winning or barely losing. But if you want a blowout, Bernie Sanders could continue to run. And with all the things that's going on, with you about to put this other pathical liar, racist bigot, with rape allegation in the office, I got to stand against both Trump and Biden. We cannot elect racist, bigot, pathological liars with rape allegations on the left and right. So therefore, since I am a man of integrity and I'm a man of honor, I'm going to continue to go forth and run in this election as an independent. And I'd rather go out and let the chips fall where they may and be seen as a real renegade, a real revolutionist, a person that's really about making changes than submitting and bowing down to what you know is the enemy of the people. Both Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the enemy of the people. Why? Because the people who are paying them to do their job, they will turn their back on them at any given moment. Now I'm done with this. VP pick doesn't matter to me. To me, if you want to win, you better make sure it's a VP pick that's going to pull progressives. And Elizabeth Warren ain't it. Kamala Harris is not it. Amy Klobuchar is not it. Stacey Abrams, none of these people we named were it. You're still going to lose if you don't get these people out excited about voting for you. The only way you can win in huge numbers is when people are excited about getting out and vote for you. Donald Trump had people excited to vote for them. Hillary Clinton didn't. Now, don't get me wrong. There were two of the most unpopular political figures running for office. So if Bernie Sanders would have stayed in the freaking race and not quit after he found out they cheated him and say, hey, I got every reason to continue to go forward because you guys didn't play by the rules. And so therefore, I'm not obligated to your rules no more. I rescind myself, rescind my nomination, I rescind my rights as a Democrat to run this election. I'm going to run independent. He could have beat both. But he cowered down. Anyway, I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. VP pick don't mean a doggone thing. It ain't going to get nothing done. And this still is a losing strategy for Joe Biden at the end of the day. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report on the GO. And I'll let you later. Still in quarantine. Can't wait till it's over. I need to get me an Arby's roast beef sandwich or a quarter on blue as soon as possible. I'll let you later. Peace.